Hello everybody. I tried to do one of those Ellen chair moments, but it didn't quite work out. Hello Magic Ears. I have had an open contract and account for almost 1 year, but have not taught classes since January. I would like to officially resign and ask to have my account closed and no longer be on the email lists. I enjoyed my time, but have since moved on. Thank you. Dear Tim, we are so sorry to hear that. There is no doubt that you are one of our very outstanding teachers. It is our honor to have you as a member of Magic Ears family. We do not want to lose such an excellent teacher like you. Could you please reconsider your decision? Hi. Thanks for your reply and kind words. I still have decided to resign. Thanks for everything, Tim. I'm here today to tell you about why I quit Magic Ears. You are going to think, not another clickbait title of why certain person resigned or quit from company A, B, or C. Well, yes, this is that video. I'm literally just doing this because I get asked so often why I don't work for Magic Ears anymore. One of my most popular videos on my channel is a comparison of 3 companies: VIP Kid, GoGo Kid, Magic Ears. And I get a lot of people interested in Magic Ears because they're a little bit lesser known and because they have some appealing aspects to them that I think are great. And so the question that people ask is, why aren't you working for them anymore? I want to preface this by saying that nothing bad happened to me. I was not fired. I never had a controversial issue. I didn't have any issues with their bottom lines. I didn't have any major problems with the company, except that they just weren't for me. And rather than keeping it vague, as in they weren't for me, I want to talk to you about why they weren't for me and why I could just no longer keep a contract open with them. So I got into Magic Ears last October of 2018, and it was around the time when a lot of teachers were talking about GoGo Kid and adding a second company to VIP Kid. Nothing was wrong with VIP Kid. I was getting every booking that I wanted with them, but it did seem like a good idea to add a second company or even a third company and to diversify and, just not put all my eggs in one basket, so to speak. So I heard about Magic Ears from some VIP Kid Facebook groups, and I thought they kind of sounded interesting. The appeal of secondary positions, the really lenient cancellation policy, the higher pay, etc. So I decided, why not apply to them? Around the time that I was thinking about applying, I actually got someone from the company reaching out to me. I won't say who this person is, but he is a prominent name in the company, and a really nice guy, reached out to me and wanted me to try to recruit lots of male teachers for Magic Ears. So instead of just doing that without knowing what the company was all about, I wanted to teach for them, go through the process, feel what it was like, and I was genuinely interested in working for them. So I passed the interview, I did the 1v1, 1v4, the trial class, all of that. They were definitely very different than VIP Kid, and they took some getting used to, but I was kind of intrigued. So I taught for them until January or February of 2019, so about 4 months. They are a company-booked company, so they will book your classes from the beginning, but they don't guarantee a full schedule. So when you start out with about 50% of your slots booked, and then it slowly increases as you rank up throughout the different levels. I was ranked up to a senior teacher after about 50 classes. They say that this doesn't happen until at least 100 classes. I'm just saying that for me, this happened really, really quickly, and I'm not sure if there was like a real surge in students taking classes at that time and they were desperate for teachers to open slots. It definitely seemed that way because they were, booking rates were really good in 2018 from around October to December. So I was getting everything that I wanted basically booked. Probably about 90% of my classes were booked towards the end. So the classroom experience was fun. The interactive functions were pretty amazing. They weren't anything like anything I'd experienced with VIP Kid. And, the classes really flew by quickly. So I, would have to definitely do a little bit more preparation. I had to preview all the lessons, which I don't really have to do with VIP Kid. And I definitely had to make sure that I was hitting their bottom lines. I needed to have excellent lighting. I was, concerned often about my internet connection and the capability of my laptop to support the platform, because actually I didn't have the required specs in my MacBook Air to support their app. So every class was a real worry that something was going to happen, and I was hearing lots of things in Facebook groups about crashes and the program freezing, etc. I never had any problems, but it was definitely starting to lag at times around the time that I stopped opening classes. I found classes to be really stressful, to be honest with you. I was never really comfortable throughout the whole lesson and confident that I was doing a good job and confident that things were going well. There were so many unpredictable things that could happen. You have to manage the student's camera, you have to manage their sound, you have to manage moving them around, you have to manage noise, all kinds of things, and above all and beyond all of that stuff, you've got to keep your energy and enthusiasm and passion really, really high. So those things just were very stressful. I know teachers who teach for Magic Ears find that those things dissipate as time goes on and you get more comfortable and confident with teaching with them. But for me, I taught about 300 classes with them, and I found each and every single one to be quite stressful. And so this brings me to why I decided to stop teaching for them. One of the appealing factors to Magic Ears is the pay. So their base pay is higher than VIP Kid and higher than most companies, to be honest. And you can, get pay raises after 6 months. And so I was at about $24 an hour with them until I started doing short notice scheduling with VIP Kid, at which point I was making $25 an hour with VIP Kid. So actually the pay wasn't higher than VIP Kid for me, and so I started to wonder, what's the point in opening a schedule up with Magic Ears that isn't going to 100% fill, and I make $1 less, whereas with VIP Kid I was guaranteed my bookings, I always filled my schedule, and I was making $25 an hour with short notice bonuses. So to me, the pay no longer became a pro, the pay actually became a negative. And so that was one of the reasons that I said I can't teach for them anymore, because I'm actually not making more than VIP Kid. Another reason is that they book for you and you get classes from the beginning. Well, I got classes from the beginning with VIP Kid without any trouble. I know that's not the case for everybody, and many people have to build up a schedule, but once it's built up for you and you have that student base, your slots are going to fill with VIP Kid. Having a Swiss cheese schedule with Magic Ears meant that there were holes in my schedule, and if there's a hole in your schedule, it's really hard to book with another company and have them fill that spot, because Magic Ears had a policy where you had to be in the classroom 7 minutes early. They got rid of that, which is great, but at that time it was a policy, and so I just thought, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to just devote my time to VIP Kid. Okay, a third reason why I stopped teaching for them was because I found it very stressful to get so many emails from them and Skype messages asking me to take standby classes. Standby classes, if you don't know, are classes you can take last minute to, cover teachers that are sick and have to cancel. And so they have all these that's what makes their cancellation policy so good, is that, they have these standby heroes that take classes for teachers at the last minute. And you get a little extra bonus. They're great, and a lot of teachers teach many standby classes. And that's wonderful. But it comes at a price, because they were emailing and messaging me at all hours of the day to take these standby classes. And my feeling with this is, as an independent contractor, that if I want to take standby classes, I will open up my schedule for that. I will choose those classes. If I'm not choosing them, it's because I don't want to take them. And so, all these emails and messages, please teacher, take a standby class, was getting really annoying, if I'm being honest with you. And so I just, got very deterred from their email campaigns to take all these classes. And they were putting so much emphasis on standby heroes and how awesome these people were for taking the classes, but neglecting all of the people that chose to actually just teach regular classes. So that was really bothersome to me. So that was another reason why I just kind of closed the door on Magic Ears. Another reason is their classroom is really fun, but they require passion and energy and excitement. And I really felt exhausted and I felt like my voice was not authentic in their classroom. I felt like I was really having to elevate my energy and my passion to a point that wasn't authentic to who I was. And, I don't believe that you need to have that level of energy and excitement to be effective with children, no matter if there's 1, 4, or 400. And it doesn't matter that you're behind a computer screen. I teach, the way I teach with VIP Kid, and I have a huge student base. I have lots of students that come to me because they like my teaching style. I am fun, I am engaging, but I am not over the top clown-like. And, I know teachers are going to say, well, I don't act like a clown in the Magic Ears classroom. I didn't either, but I did feel that my energy had to be so much higher than it was with other companies, and Magic Ears enforces this. They require this. You can't pass the interview unless you show that extra level of energy and passion, as they call it. And so, and they say, it's very important for our students to engage them, etc. I don't believe that you need to be over the top to be engaging. And so I personally, and I'm just speaking for myself, I personally did not feel that it was authentic to me, and I would dare to say that many would probably feel the same way that are working for Magic Ears, that passion and that energy isn't always necessary. You can still be fun and engaging with your students without over-the-top antics. So that's another reason. Finally, the reason why I just could not stand behind them anymore was their recruiting process. Now, it's not a secret that I refer and recruited for 3 companies, VIP Kid, GoGo Kid, and Magic Ears. And I was promoting them a lot. I was standing behind them. I really felt like they had some great things going for them. And if you wanted to get into a company that was small with potential to grow with them, then this was a great opportunity. But they don't take everybody. And it was very hard to figure out why my applicants were failing the interview. I had a high number of them that were failing, and it was just very frustrating because I would coach them, I would help them, I would watch their demo videos, and I could see that they were checking off the bottom lines, but they just weren't passing, or they, for many, they wouldn't teach the 40 classes that were required for me to get the bonus for all my hard work to get them into the company. And so I found their hiring process to be confusing. It was constantly changing, and it was really hard to keep up with. And so I just stopped promoting them, I stopped recruiting for them, but I stayed on with them from January of this year until yesterday because I did have a half a dozen referrals that were still going through the process, and I wanted to help see them through and get paid. So that's it, you guys. There was nothing earth-shattering in this video about, how horrible they are. I'm going to say that they are a great company for you. If you are looking for a company with a lenient policy for cancellations, they are amazing for that, but it comes with a cost. For me, I never have ever canceled a class with any company I worked for. It wasn't an issue for me. But if you've got, a debilitating disability, or you've got young kids at home who are sick, this might be a great company for you. If you are looking for a company that books for you and you're really, really struggling with some of the other companies, you're just not getting any bookings, then by all means try them out. They are a good company for many people, and many people love them. Just be aware that the Facebook community is very positive because people are not allowed to speak negatively about Magic Ears. There is fear of losing your job, fear of being deranked for saying something against them or for being honest about how you feel about certain things. There's a real false sense of what's actually going on in the Facebook groups. And so it is important to be aware of that. Okay, I'm gonna end this video here. I hope this was helpful for those that are wondering why I don't work for Magic Ears anymore. If you're interested in VIP Kid or GoGo Kid, or you wanna chat about more things to do with Magic Ears, I am totally happy to answer questions. I do not bash the company. I will not bash them. I do not think that they're horrible. I think that they have some things to work out, and I think as any new company, there's growing pains. So give them a shot if you are looking for some of the things that I mentioned that's really good about them. They might be a great company for you, and you might really love the color purple, but they weren't for me. And that's okay. In this world of online ESL teaching, there are lots of companies out there for everybody. And the beauty of being an independent contractor is you can pick and choose what works for you. It is your flexible schedule. It is your business to build. And that's what's great about this job. So Thanks for listening all the way to the end. I hope this video is helpful. And as always, hit subscribe if you're interested in more of my videos. I upload weekly. I want to do a little less of the hiring help videos that I've been doing with VIP Kid and talk about other aspects of working for them and, you know, just hopefully engage you as my community of people that are subscribed to provide helpful content for you. So thank you, and as always, happy teaching.